Okay guys, well I'm back. I'm trying to get back to the series on the Cold War and the comm block countries. So I'm going back to where we left off with the Czechoslovakia, now Czech Republic. And I'd like to just run through this series and then start another country. So 1948, Czechoslovakia became a communist country. It joined the Warsaw Pact in 1955. The Warsaw promised military backing to all the parties that were in that bloc, which most of the countries will go over in this channel. 1968, the Soviet-led Warsaw Pact led an invasion into Czechoslovakia to put down a liberal uprising that threatened the end of the Communist Party in the Czech country. Soviet troops remained in Czechoslovakia for the remainder of the Soviet Union, which concluded in 1991. The fracture point of the Cold War was this uprising, was the beginning of the fracture point, basically, when the Soviets invaded Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia was very important to the Soviet Union because it had a very strong industrial aspect as well as weapons making. Okay, so from top to bottom, what we have here is a Cold War Czech helmet, which was used from the late 40s, I believe, well into the 90s. This one itself, you see the cross swords there, with a 55 is a 1955 issue. So that would have been their steel pot helmet. It's well made. Then we go down. This is a 50s and 60s canvas suspender system with a leather backing that you'll see in a moment. I have the VZ58 mag pouch on this setup. Although this setup can change, you could put holsters on it. In the 80s, this would have been the military holster for a gun that we haven't reviewed yet, the model CZ or VZ82. That could have been on there. A gun that we will review shortly, the VZ61, could have rode there for tankers and security units. You see a green star buckle. I believe this belt is dated from the 80s. All the hardware on the harness and the belt is all an OD green. Although the leather components, the hangers and that type of stuff are all different colors. Okay. Here we have an M60, so a 1960s canteen. It's insulated with a wool, cork topping, green canteen, OD green, with a leather webbing that either could have been held on by a hanger or could have gone directly on the belt like I have it. Could have even been connected to a rucksack or something along those lines. Speaking of rucksacks, here is the OD green military Czech issue. This one's dated 1953 with the cross swords, simple canvas, twine. It's got some exterior pockets, very simple OD green slide and tighten buckles. It's got D-rings all over it. That's how it connects to the suspenders, is by D-rings. This rucksack actually came with the suspenders. And the suspenders themselves are dated 1973. You see the crossed swords, military issue, 73. The final component to this setup is the entrenching tool. It's not attached because the little model I have here doesn't have legs, so if I was to attach it, it wouldn't be able to stand upright. But I'm going to pause here and I'm going to get the entrenching tool really quickly. The coolest part of this, I really like this entrenching tool. Simple construction, has sharpened edges, solid, riveted, no rocking to it, no movement in it like the Soviet stuff. I have Soviet entrenching tools and they have rattle. You see a simple, either a rivet or a nail that's ground off there. Here this is just either spot welded or riveted. The cool thing about the entrenching tool is I was doing some research on modern Czech, the Czech Republic, okay? And I was researching the Bren 2 because I just happened to pick one up. And in my research of them training, pictures of them training with the Bren 2, they're doing basically trench warfare training, and they're still using this same entrenching tool in the pictures. Same exact one. It doesn't date the pictures, but the fact that there was a Bren 2 in the picture and not the 805 means it was post 2005 at least, or I think post 2011 actually. So very modern, and they're still using this entrenching tool, and I think that's awesome, even if it's only for training. So guys, this is the basic layout. There's an extra canteen. The basic layout or loadout of a Czechoslovakian Cold War soldier. So the next part of the series that I'll probably record today will be the CZ75. Probably the best Czech designed firearm that did not see Cold War service.